Feel like we've come like full circle. No, I think really seriously, TikTok has been an incredible source of new tools or new ideas or new ways to do things. But there are also a number of e-newsletters that I've subscribed to, which are really helpful and share the latest updates, which have been instrumental. And I've got, just anecdotally, I actually have a list, like a checklist that I just keep adding anytime I see a new tool that I really want to test. I add it to my list so that I don't forget about it, and then eventually get around to testing it and seeing if there is a way for us to incorporate it either for ourselves at Shoestring or for our clients. And I think one thing just that we've always done as a rule at Shoestring is that any tools or services that we would ever consider rolling out to our clients, we have always tested on ourselves to make sure that it works and that we know exactly all of the ins and outs.
I do think that we've seen some really useful things come out of the way that we create content for different clients in different industries. I would say one example is clients who are positioning themselves in a thought leadership type of engagement, right? So if they're a coach, a business coach, or some kind of teaching perspective from their career, right? So we have a lot of clients that have interacted with us, and maybe one of the things that they're trying to direct people to is a white paper or a study or a project that they've put a lot of time and research, and they have numbers and they have some really interesting information to share. I'm not going in search of white papers in my free time, and like maybe there are people who are, but sometimes it's easier to reach the people who would actually benefit from reading that kind of content in a much more engaging way. And so we've, in that use case, been able to create some of our long form videos where these clients have an opportunity to talk through in like broad strokes what they're trying to communicate in these white papers or in their courses that they teach or programs that they're running, and what that offering is. And it's almost like I don't want to say like by creating this content, they're giving their expertise away. That's not what it is, but they are opening the door to understanding why the product or the course or the thing that they have done all this time and investment to build matters and why it might matter to a particular audience. And so when you create a video that can communicate that on a different platform in a more engaging way, you're able to reach a different audience. We've also seen with some industries, we can help them represent what their product is in a more visual way. Sometimes that's hard, right? If you have a product that's very technical or very industry specific, but you're trying to reach people who they don't understand how your product works, but they need it, right? So let's say cybersecurity or data migration and some of these like tech products. That's a hard thing to explain sometimes, especially like written explanation. It could get very dense and very hard to digest. And you might be trying to reach the acting CTO of a startup, but their version of CTO is a very familiar relationship with the products that they're using, but not necessarily cybersecurity or data housing or whatever. But suddenly they're in a position where they need to understand these things and they don't have a background in it, and they need a partner, they need another organization to help facilitate that. But they're not going to be going onto some of the platforms where you would find other cybersecurity experts. They're going to be in spaces that are more specifically relevant to their business. And so now we're trying to reach that audience and reach those people in a way that's understandable. And we can help translate the offering or the service that some of our more technical clients have in a way that's digestible for the audience that needs that product, right? Because they don't understand it enough to do it themselves.